Welcome back to a special edition of Around the Big Ten. I'm your host, Lucy Brodeen. Well, the regular season has finally come to a close, and as expected, the two teams that will be playing for the Big Ten championship are Wisconsin from the West and Ohio State from the East. This game should be a really interesting matchup, with Ohio State being the top-ranked offense in the conference, facing the Badgers, who are the top defensive unit in the Big Ten. However, the Wisconsin defense really hasn't played anyone of the caliber of Ohio State this year, especially quarterback JT Barrett. Barrett is one of the best quarterbacks to ever come through Ohio State and to ever come through the Big Ten. Unfortunately, last week against Michigan, JT Barrett went down in the third quarter against the Wolverines after getting an injury before the game started after he was hit by a cameraman. But the thing about the Ohio State offense that makes them so lethal is it's not just JT Barrett. They're the top rushing offense in the country thanks to their freshman running back, J.K. Dobbins, who has just had an insane year this year, but really hasn't received the press because he's sharing the spotlight with Jonathan Taylor and Saquon Barkley in the East. But I think the Wisconsin defense is really going to need to stop Barrett and Dobbins in order to be successful. And it'll be very interesting to see how the Wisconsin defense handles facing probably the two most talented players they'll see all year. But on the other side of the ball, Ohio State really hasn't had the season they've wanted on defense, and they have a really tough challenge ahead as they face the well-disciplined Badger offense. It's been an especially rough year for the Ohio State secondary, which is very rare for that program. But if you look specifically at their game versus Iowa, they had a really difficult time defending the Iowa tight ends. And if you look at Wisconsin, they have one of the best tight ends in the country in Troy Fumagalli. He's big, he's fast, he's strong, and he is really tough to defend. And he has a good passer and quarterback, Alex Hornibrook. Hornibrook is just a sophomore, but he does not play like that. He's very consistent, and he'll occasionally throw a pick or two or turn the ball over. But other than that, he has been a very solid QB for Wisconsin this season. The only real issue with the Wisconsin offense is their offensive line. They've allowed 17 sacks this season, which is the most in the conference, and they're going to need to have better protection for Hornibrook because Nick Bosa from Ohio State will get all up in Hornibrook's space and possibly Jonathan Taylor's as well. Jonathan Taylor is the Wisconsin freshman running back who has ran for over 1,800 yards this season and is one of the best freshmen in the country, and he's definitely going to win Big Ten Freshman of the Year. Jonathan Taylor hit 1,000 yards just 5 games into this season, and one other player who did that was Emmitt Smith. So that's the type of player Jonathan Taylor is, and he's going to need to get going for Wisconsin so they can leave Indy with a trophy and more. This game has huge implications for the college football playoff this year. Wisconsin winning would be huge for the Big Ten because if they don't, I believe they'll get shut out. Wisconsin will go into the playoff 13-0 if they win this game, and they'll finally have that signature win they've been looking for all year. But if Ohio State wins, I'm thinking the Big Ten's going to get shut out. Ohio State has 2 losses, and the selection committee has never allowed a team with 2 losses into the field. And Ohio State just has too many bad losses. Getting smacked on the road to Iowa and then getting embarrassed at home by Oklahoma, that's not going to go well for the selection committee. But regardless, I think Wisconsin's going to take this game and represent the Big Ten in the college football playoff. Ohio State is favored in the matchup, however, but you can catch the game at 7 p.m. Central Time on Fox this Saturday. That's it from me, but be sure to watch DITV live every morning at 8:30. I'm Lucy Brodeen. Thanks for watching.